Hello, everybody. So today is the 11th of August on the Flux Dev Meeting. So let's crack on. Well, basically, if anyone has any agenda items, please just add them to the doc. I will start by quickly going through some points on the maintainers focus board. So sharing my screen now. Let's do this. Cool. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
Brilliant. Thank you. All right. So key things that we merged since the last meeting was the back off retry for quite a few controllers. So we've done that for image reflector controller. We've done that on notification controller. Oh yeah, this, yeah, just those two. I think we already have that on the source controller. And yeah, another thing that we've done a recent release with image automation controller that we added the decommissioning of unmanaged transport for libkey2. So that is pretty much done across the two controllers, source controller and image automation controller, which is great. We've done, well, quite a lot around OCI. I don't know if anyone will bring it up later on today, but yeah, we're aiming to do the release this week. So a lot has been going on the effort. This just duplicates the issue, so I'm just going to move that across. And we also added OCI repository as a source on notification controller. So that is that from, well, since the last dev meeting. Would be good to, well, ask anyone if you have any PRs that need to reviewing towards GA, then it's prioritization, please. Yeah, add that into the document so we can have a look at that with higher priority. Apart from that, I can't see any other topics. So does anyone want to talk about anything particular or have any on-spot agenda items?
Hi, everyone. It's Brad here. If we do have time, I'd like to talk about a potential proposal for the Flux notification controller around the payload of how we send the post message. I have an issue as well. I don't have any access, sorry, so I couldn't update the doc.
Okay, all right. That's absolutely fine. To be honest, we don't have any other agenda items, so we can cover that right away. Do you want to share the link to the PR on the chat? And then I can add that across.
Yep.
Brilliant. Do you want to just quickly give us like a bit of an introduction to that item, please?
Sure. So we're working with the Captain project on GSOC, and we want to extend Flux capability with event-driven CI/CD. So I essentially we want to be able to have a notification go to Captain with a cloud event. And we actually have a working integration at the moment, but we don't really want to have an integration. We want to be able to send it straight from Flux. So at the moment, our sort of blocker there is that the payload that gets sent in the post request for the notifier of the generic notifier, it's called that's is a opinionated payload. So ideally, what we want to do is be able to send a more templated one Would you like me to share my screen and just go over the issue with that?
Yes, please. That would be
Yeah,
great.
sure. Okay. Let me, sorry. It won't be a second. So you can see that now?
Yes.
Yep. So essentially, this is the body that we want to send here. So the way that I was thinking to do it as well with minimal changes to the notification controller is because we're using the Go API machinery to get the provider object anyway. Labels are a mandatory field that we need to get. So we could, this is one way of doing it. So we could actually add the key value pairs that we want in the labels. So, and then we can template, we can use the, down here, there's like a very simple Go templating library. I think it's called something like HTML-text. And what that can do is that it can actually substitute these values with the key value pairs from the labels. So for example, kept in project would be here, it would look that up and that would give the value, and then it would change the payload accordingly. Does that sort of make sense to anyone? Or I've got an integration of this working that I could possibly show if you want, or?
Yeah, that makes sense. Quick question overall. So any specific reason why do you think it's better to change the generic provider rather than creating a specific provider for CapCam? And this is just like...
no, we absolutely could. Yeah, so I guess the changes that I made here were minimal changes to be likely more accepted. So absolutely can make a different CRD or anything. Yeah. There's multiple ways to do this. I just tried to go down the path of easiest acceptance.
Brilliant. Well, definitely would have a bit of a look on that later on this week to give some sort of opinion. I don't know if anyone else in the call has any opinion to provide right away.
I've seen this pull request a couple of days ago. Pull request issue. I'm really scared about inlining JSON with Golang templates inside secrets. It's like, how will users debug this? It's like, looks really messy from my perspective.
I agree, because our Go notifications have this as well, and it's a nightmare to debug. So I agree with that statement. It would be, it's more advanced, and you would have to be able to understand how the notification controller works, look at the logs of how the alert and the provider is working, but also how it's working on your side and if you're labeled. Yeah,
I'm just talking about the bindings. I mean, if you make a typo in the template and this affects, so this is the secret, the template is on the provider, and this affects every single alert that uses this provider, right?
it would, because you look up the address from the secret. Yes, at the moment. How
would you, so let's say I put this secret in Git, it should be encrypted, right? How would I validate the body, which is I have never seen this in.
And again, the reason I put it in the secret is because less changes, because you're already getting in the notification controller. We can already get the address from the secret, I believe. Alternatively, you could have a config map. I mean, yeah, a secret's sort of the same, but and then you get your headers if you have any secret headers in there as well. But the reason I put the body in there is just because in the Go, you're already getting these details and the headers from the secret.data. So therefore I put the body in there as well, but agree, yes, but in a way, I personally would expect the user to be able to do that themselves. That's my opinion, but I see your concern.
So my issue with this is that it's impossible to validate this statically. It's a JSON that has Go templating markers inside that's put as a string in a secret, which a secret in plain text should never be in Git. And nothing in that body feels like a secret to me. Why is the captain service considered a secret? The project, the stage?
It's not. It doesn't have to be in a secret. It's because we're already getting. So if you say that, then technically the address is not a secret, and the notification controller already is getting the address from the secret. So
no, the address is a secret in most cases for Slack, for Microsoft Teams.
okay,
for
like a
all
webhook.
things
Yeah, okay,
that,
I understand. Yeah,
and you
understood.
only specify the address in the secret if you have a token inside the address, because the provider already supports an address. So the secret is optional, right? In this case, what if the secret does not exist? What should notification controller do, and so on? I mean, I'm for creating a dedicated provider for captain than doing this, which I have strong feelings against. And we can have, I don't know, so it will be provider type captain kept, and inside the spec we can have I don't know, metadata or a key value pair, which people will fill in all these mappings.
Yeah, and that could be. It doesn't necessarily have to be a captain. It could be a cloud event as well, which is the same thing. And that would be enable more interoperability between other tools with the same amount of effort. Because all that is a cloud event, right? Like it's just the data is the stuff that we need for captain that will then go and be parsed and off to the workflow.
And where is the Flux event in the body?
The Flux event. So you mean the default payload that's sent at the moment?
Yes.
We wouldn't need it.
What? So you
actually,
need a
sorry.
revision of what changed, what object changed,
No,
the
actually, sorry.
involvement.
Yeah. We do need that actually. Yeah.
And
So
where
that
is
would
it?
have to be. Yeah, we would have to put that in there as well.
Okay, so we need to see how cloud events wrap custom payloads, and we need to publish an API spec that contains the Flux event, which is in fact a Kubernetes event, right? Because someone that needs to unmarshal this cloud event is not going to work if they don't know the API spec of the actual payload, which is the Flux event, which is a Kubernetes event, correct?
Yeah. Yep. So,
Okay,
do you need me to do any more work as like an action item? Like, it looks like there's a lot of other work to be done around submitting this proposal.
so if we come up with a provider of type cloud event, that will be something that will work for everybody. I'm not sure why cloud events need this kind of mapping, project, service, stage, Is this specific to cloud events? I really
It's specific to Captain. So cloud event spec will just need the data, and then whatever's in the data will be specific to the application.
Okay, so we issue a cloud event that no one understands except Cap, because it has all these fields that only Cap knows about. So
Correct.
how is this? How can this be used for other things?
Yeah, there would have to be a mechanism to be able to put your own data key value pairs in there, or data object. So you're saying the provider would have to be, it can't have essentially a dynamic field in there because it can't validate. That's the issue, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we do have an integration working as well. So this is a good to have. It's not essential. It's just a proposal, like an idea. It might not even make sense.
So I think we need to figure out a way to wrap Kubernetes events into cloud events and have that as an API specification in Flux. That will be step one. Step two will be, how do you map random things that have nothing to do with Flux, have nothing to do with Kubernetes events, have nothing to do with cloud events? How do you wrap other stuff that other integration needs kept, for example, into the data field? Why are these in data and not metadata? Why is the project name in the data? Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, it's how it listens to the event. So it's how it triggers the concept of a sequence. Yeah. Should I maybe record a small demo on what the integration does at the moment, working in what Captain expects, for example?
Yeah.
Okay. That might be better for, I mean, this is a little bit hard to read at the moment of what we're actually trying to achieve, but if I do a small demo, I think it will be understood better.
Yeah, another idea, if we want to really get this, so for the cloud events, I think we need an RFC process in Flux, understand what cloud events are, talk to the cloud events community, see how other tools are integrating with it. How I'm guessing we are the first ones that are transforming Kubernetes events into cloud events. Maybe we can standardize this instead of coming with our own API. So that's how I see the cloud events integration. If we want to do only a kept integration, then we can have a provider type captain where we do all this magic in the code. Right. So no templates in secret, no nothing. The captain users will set up this provider, and in Go code, in notification controller, we know exactly how to build the body that captain needs. And the generic cloud events should come later and should serve all purposes, not only this one. That's what I would suggest right now.
Yeah, no, good advice. Yeah. Thanks so much. I have to run because I've got someone waiting downstairs, but thank you so much for listening, and really appreciate it, and looking forward to possibly working on this in the future.
Thanks very much, Brad.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks so much, everybody. See you later.
Yeah.
Brilliant. I saw that there was some comments on the docs updates. So maybe someone wants to cover that. Manifest generation doc will be updated within an hour or two for OCI.
Sorry, I have to post a PR for that. There's a link forthcoming, so I'll put that probably in the Flux maintainers channel also when it's done.
Oh, okay. Is this API to
Related
be
to the
reviewed?
OCI release that's coming up, yeah. So I will need review on that at some point, but
Okay, just move that because it was on the docs update, so that's why I was confused. Sorry.
well, it'll be an update to the docs, but maybe that's not where it goes.
Well, okay, I'll leave where it was then. All right, so I think we run out of topics. Is there anything else anyone wants you to talk about?
Flux 2 release is up. I'm going to do all the other things.
Brilliant.
Let's cut this meeting short if no one has any other stuff and
Yeah, I
continue
think
it.
that's it. Brilliant. So, well, thank you very much, everybody, and have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.